Hello everyone. Today I'm going to deliver a lecture from module Developing Values and Principles in Health and Social Care. You can find my email address below. So the topic of today's lecture is equality, diversity and inclusion in health and social care setting. So the learning outcomes are basically we are going to cover a few of the terms that are equality, equity, diversity, and inclusion. We are going to define these terms. Then we will identify the key legislations and policies that are related to equality and diversity. We will describe the discrimination and its types as well. We will look into the effects of discrimination on health and well-being of individuals, and we will explore how individual values, principles, and experience can affect the delivery of health and social care settings. And we can also discuss how health and social care practitioners and organization can promote the inclusive delivery of their services. So, first of all, from this image, what do you understand? What is the difference between the image? Let's have a look. So basically, there are two terms, equality and equity. So basically, equality is treating everybody same, irrespective of their needs. But equity involves treating each and every individual according to his or her needs. Basically, in equality, like you can see in the picture, all the three individuals were provided with one block. That means they all were provided with the same facilities, with the same resources, but that were not as per the needs of the individual. As you can see, the younger one, he's not able to see the match. Why? Because the resource availability was not as per his needs. There was an equality, but there wasn't equity. So equity is basically providing an individual resources according to their needs. So you can see in the second picture there is an equity. Why? Because equity is providing the equal resources. Now you can see the younger one is having the two blocks because that is as per his needs, how he's able to see the match. But the older one, he don't need any block because he's tall enough. So this is basically picture is a perfect demonstration of equality and equity. So I hope do you understand what is the difference between equality and equity. So one considers the needs of the people and the other does not consider the needs of the people. So we have discussed the equality. Now look, have a look over the diversity and inclusion. Diversity is basically treating everybody equally. As we all of know that the people are from the different diverse backgrounds, they have their own values, their own culture, their own beliefs, their own religion. So everybody is from the different geographical locations as well. So that means diversity. There is a diverse background, there is diverse culture, diversity of values, principles, cultures, each and everything. That is basically called diversity. Inclusion means including everybody irrespective of their protective factors, including everybody no matter what background they got, no matter what they which country, from which country, from geographic location they belong, no matter what the religion they got. So that is basically called inclusion, including everybody equally in any activity or treating everybody equally in any service delivery, irrespective of their any you can say protective factors, their diversity, or any other racial or background. So basically there are three terms: equality, diversity, and inclusion. Equality, treating everybody equally. Diversity is that the people belong from the different diverse backgrounds. They have their own language, culture, values, principles, religion, geographical location, their own cultures. Inclusion is including everybody irrespective of their religion, culture, no matter what from which background they are, just include them each and in every activity, just provide them equal services. That is basically called inclusion. So if you need a further information, you can see the link below and just have a look over the detailed equality, diversity, and inclusion information. Now, there are the two models of disability as well. One is called the medical model of disability, and the other one is called the social model of disability. So basically, the medical model of disability views the disability as a problem or as a condition that is inherited in an individual, that could be caused by any physical, mental, or sensory impairment. It focuses on basically diagnosing, treating, curing the condition to restore the normal functioning. This approach often overlooks the societal and environmental factors that contribute to barriers faced by individuals with disabilities. And there's another model, second model, that is called the social model of disability. So basically, the social model of disability views disability as a result of societal barriers and attitudes rather than individuals' impairment. It emphasizes on removing any physical, social, or you can say attitudinal obstacles or barriers to ensure inclusion and equal opportunities. This model shift focus from fixing the person to addressing the external barriers in society, so that everybody, or those who are having the disabilities, they could be treated equally and no social factor is affecting them. So there are two models. One is called medical model and the other one is called social model of disability. So now there are different legislations as well, and we will see how these legislations affect equality, diversity, and inclusion. So first of all, there is Health and Social Care Act 2012. So according to this act, it promotes the right of individuals in promoting, in giving them a high quality health and social care and support, and to ensure that the care and support they are giving is fair, inclusive, safe, and meets their diverse needs. So basically, the main, you can say, the themes of these acts are improving the quality of care, tackling the inequalities in health and care, promoting the better integration of health and care services, and to look into the establishing the new bodies, and to put these acts into the practice. So the next act is called Care Act 2014. So basically, this act focuses on how health and social care professionals should work with service users and carers. So basically, the main principles of this Care Act are that the service users and carers know best about their needs and what they acquire. Their views, wishes, feelings, and beliefs should always be considered. The main aim of the professionals should be on their well-being, not reducing their need for the care and support, and on reducing the likelihood they will need care and support in the future. Any decisions that are made on account of anyone, a person should be involved in that. If the person is not having any is not having a mental capacity to make the decisions, then an appropriate body should be considered, either the family or either the social workers or the social bodies that are responsible for making the decisions on behalf of that person. The well-being of the service users should always be balanced with that of any involved families and their friends. Professionals should always look forward in protecting them and the other people from abuse and neglect as well, and it's responsibility to safeguard the rights of individuals. And they should also ensure that any actions taken to support and protect service users should not affect their rights and freedom, and if they are affecting, they should be as little as possible. So if we talk about well-being, then the Care Act do define the well-being, and well-being is not related to just one domain. Well-being is related to the dignity and respect of the individual as well. In educational settings, in workplace, in recreational settings, the well-being is very important. Then participation and contribution in the different activities, it basically influences the well-being of individual as well. Then accommodation affects a person's well-being. Then physical and mental and emotional health is related to well-being. Development of healthy relationships is affecting the well-being. Social and economic status of an individual, control over one's life is basically affecting the well-being. And protection from abuse and neglect is also you can say linked to the well-being of an individual. So well-being is having a different factors revolving around it. If you talk about the discrimination, there are four main types of discriminations. Discrimination is basically treating someone unfairly based on different protected characteristics. I hope all of you are aware of protected characteristics. There are 9 protected characteristics: age, gender, gender assignment, marital status, pregnancy, etc. So if we go into the depth of it, there are 4 types of discrimination: direct discrimination, indirect harassment, and victimization. Direct discrimination is basically discriminating an individual directly based on their protected characteristics. It could be their age, it could be their gender, it could be their pregnancy, it could be their marital status. So based on these factors, if we are discriminating someone, that is basically called direct discrimination. Indirect discrimination is basically putting the policy or a rule in practice that is indirectly affecting someone or discriminating someone on based on protected characteristics. For example, although the job opportunity has nothing to do with the gender, but still the policy says that this job is eligible for the males. So it means the job role that was actually let's say to note keeping, or you can say to pull the boxes, it has nothing to do with the you can say a gender. Each and every gender can do it, but the policy and rule was in place that was in you can say indirectly discriminating the females. That is called indirect discrimination. Harassment, if we look into the harassment, harasser is harassing any other person that is actually exploiting someone's dignity, respect. It could be any physical harassment, bullying, cyber bullying. These all are aspects of abusing someone. This is basically a type of harassment. Victimization is basically if you have seen something unethical going on in a care home, and if you report that, and after reporting your manager start discriminating you, they start treating you unfairly, that is basically called victimization. So these are the 4 forms of discrimination. Let's move forward. If you talk about the person-centered care, person-centered care means giving a care to an individual or to a service user based on their needs. So like let's say if you are providing a care to someone, so you should have to ask that individual how he want to be taken care of, how he wants to plan his care plan, what he wants to add in. So it shouldn't be a practitioner led, it should be their care plan should be led by the individual themselves. So that is basically looking into the needs of that specific service user instead of you implementing something on someone. That is basically called person-centered care. So the care we are providing is as per the needs of the service user. So they are the one, those who are having the right to make a choice about their food, about their about their care plan, what time they want medications, what type of clothes they want, what type of room they want. So it should be them who are deciding about their care. So that is basically providing a care that should be a person centered, not a practitioner centered. That is called a person centered care. Next, if we move forward, they are basically different defense risk management. Risk management is again very important in health and social care setting. So basically a fundamental principle of health and social care is that the level of security to a service user is subjected should be non-restrictive as possible, and should be proportionate to the degree of risk that they actually present at the time. And least restrictive practices are essential to recovery. So it is really very important that we should look into it. And mental health act should always seen as the last resort when we are looking into the risk management. So for the positive risk management, we should carefully construct a plan for all the health and social care practitioners should do it, and they should make risk management more effective. It means being aware that the risk can never be eliminated, but we can take the steps to reduce the risk. Management plans inevitably must include decisions that carry some risk. Managing risk is the part of inclusive practices because individuals feel valued when their choices are respected. This can help to create the opportunities for individuals and to learn new skills and develop new interests. If we summarize how to promote the inclusive practices, so we should have a knowledge and understand the legislations and code of conducts that support equality, diversity, and inclusion. We should be aware of discrimination, the different types of discrimination, and how to challenge them. We should reflect on your own values, principles, and beliefs, and also of others, and how our unconscious bias can affect our practices. We should develop your skills of being culturally competent. That means we should be aware of the different cultures, different culture backgrounds, so that we can promote the equality, diversity, and inclusion. We should promote the person-centered care, always place the person at the center of the care process, and always provide the care proportionate to a risk with the least positive practices. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you got any questions, please drop me an email. Thank you.